Yes. Thank you everyone for sparing some time with us for today's session. Today's session, we are trying to enable all of you to help your students understand economics better and make economics an interesting subject. If you have had a hard time in the recent past teaching economics to your students online, you might gain a lot from this webinar. And I'm sure we'll be able to fulfill certain needs of the teachers regarding the performance of the children. Now we'll be giving you certain pointers which will help you to make your class interesting and effective. So we all know that economics is a difficult subject. It is considered as difficult, and it has to be made interesting. It has to be made all the more effective if we adopt certain strategies and techniques. And in this regard, I would be giving certain techniques to you, how we can make our economics class interesting. Now, I would first of all would say that tell your students that apart from being difficult, economics is no doubt a deadly subject. It is considered a difficult subject, but it can be made easy if children devote time, dedication, and good study habits. Now, first of all, when you enter the class, just tell them that economics is not inside only, but it is outside the class, everywhere around us. So children should be made aware about the economics as a subject by relating it to their day-to-day lives, day-to-day examples, day-to-day livings. Now, suppose we have to introduce the subject the very first day. We can do it either by taking examples from their daily life, or by showing them certain pictures, or simply by telling them to correlating the fact with some movie or something. Examples, I'll give you some examples. If you have to give them example from their daily life, you just tell them that your pocket money, the pocket money you get, is it enough for you? How do you spend your money? They'll learn that pocket money is a resource which is limited, which is scarce, and limited resources are to be used in a judicious manner. So how do they spend money? Where do they spend money? The concept can be explained. The concept of Indian economy on the eve of independence. Introduce the subject with the example of movie Lagan. Tell them in Lagan you saw what it was like. Indian economy was the same. They'll immediately catch up. As regard your picture, thirdly, I said you can use pictures. Now, pictures can be shown to them. Begin your class by showing them certain simple pictures of whatever topic you have to start. I've taken the example of telling them what is economy and what are the resources. So these are the resources: natural resource, human resources, and capital. Then I ask them, they'll answer, they'll tell, they'll make guesses, and then I'll relate that yes, these are three resources which work together in an economy. This is how we begin our class. Then, as per the new economic policy, which says so many new things to be adopted, I picked up a few. The first is stress on basic concepts. Secondly, develop creative and critical thinking amongst the students. And lastly, use digital tools. So keeping these things in mind, we will be discussing about these. First, to make the concepts and creative and critical learning, we adopt 3 E's strategy. The 3 E's strategy is to encourage, to engage, and to be effective. Encourage your children to listen, to understand, to ask questions and make their own notes. This will help them to understand the basics. Encourage them to make their own notes, write on the points, write on the simple tips, rather than taking borrowed notes. When they'll have the points with them, they should be encouraged to elaborate. This will enhance their concept clearance. Second is engage. Engage them in learning by connecting the topic to real life. Connect between teacher and student comes here. Connect, explain the concept by connecting it to their real life. Use flipped classroom techniques. Tell your students to just make an entrepreneur in the class. Tell that entrepreneur that you have to do a startup. You have to take a startup. What all you will do? What all resources do you need? So ask other students that what resources each of them can supply. So in a class, kind of a class, you can tell them that how the resources can be used, what resources are required, what are the variable factors, and what are the fixed factors. So here you can introduce another topic. Thirdly, it is to be effective. Effective in the sense that your teaching should be such that the child should be able to apply and analyze the concepts. Now, if you are, economics is all about concepts, all about analysis, all about logics. So all economic concepts which they study in the book can be applied to their day-to-day life. So say, for example, we make them understand the concept of purchasing power. And now we tell them just apply it in your daily life. Tell them that this can be applied once you have 1,000 rupees with you. And that 1,000 rupee, what all things you want to buy or what you can buy. Keep one. Now tell them, they'll answer that they can buy such and such number of things, say 3 to 4. Now tell them that keep this 1,000 rupees aside and spend them after 6 months, when the prices of the commodities which you have bought today have risen. Now after 6 months, tell them the rise in prices and tell them now to buy again. They'll not be able to buy the same amount of goods. There they realize, yes, this is how purchasing power is being analyzed. The purchasing power falls when the price rises, and it rises if the price falls. So this is how the concepts can be explained. Another strategy is to use mindful approach for explaining a difficult concept or a definition. Over the years, I found that children were finding a lot of difficulty in learning the definitions of 8 aggregates. Now, these aggregates confused the minds of the children. For a teacher, it is easy. Okay, this is it, this is it. But from the child's point of view, they really face difficulty. So I just thought of and discovered this new concept, new idea. Give them the meaning of G, gross, B, domestic, P, product, and NP, market price. Tell them to learn it. This is simple. They can learn. Just give their elaborations. Just give them their meanings also. And now just tell them to put all these 4 phrases together and they get the definition. Not much of memorization is required. No, they just have to frame these words together. So the money value taken from MP, output taken from P, domestic territory D, and gross is depreciation. So just framing them frames the definition the easiest way. And most of the children, 99% of the children are able to do it. Now you can replace the word G with the net, give them the meaning, and they'll be able to do. So similarly, we have to find innovative ways, new techniques to make economics interesting for the children and ensure that the basic concept, I would again stress, the concepts should be made very clear. Once the concepts are clear, they can answer any question, and in that attempt, they will start loving economics. It all depends upon you as teachers that either you make economics difficult or easy and interesting for them. And I'm sure if you will be innovative, your children will be innovative too. Thank you. And now some of the interesting tools will be shared by my co-mentors. And next, I invite Ms. Rashi Bhatia to take over and explain her tool to be used in the class. Over to you, Rashi. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepika ma'am. It's a need of an hour that we use the gamification tools or teaching tools in our teaching learning process. We can't stick to those traditional lecture methods now. Not getting much into the theory, let's start with the tool. Before that, I request all my dear teachers to look into it, do the hands-on after the webinar, and all your queries will be resolved in the WhatsApp group that has been created. So I'm sharing my screen. My screen is visible. Now, go to any browser and just type the tool that I'm going to introduce is Word Wall. Repeat Word Wall, WORDWALL, and the site is wordwall.net. Wordwall.net. The moment you write enter, this will be the way you will see your screen. You can sign up here or sign up to start creating here. Both of them are same. If you do not have the Google or Gmail account, you fill this and sign up. If you have, just directly sign in with Google. I'm signing in with Google on wordwall.net. Now, this is the page you will look. These are the activities that I've already created. That's where you can see here. Otherwise, it will be blank for you for the first time. Home, features, community, my activity, my result, create activity. Upgrade is a paid version. We need not, because the free version gives you lot of interesting tools. And that's my sign up. To begin with, I will press create activity. The moment I click here, I'll find so many activities that are available in free version. All of them are interesting. I'll start with random tool, random wheel. The moment I click, this will be the next slide that says random wheel and create activity. You can take any of the topics. Say I am taking basic concepts of macroeconomics. You can take the concepts of statistics like frequency, mid-value, etc. Instructions if you want to give to your students, like define these definitions or just define, and whatever definitions you want to ask, just type here. If I want to say final goods. If I need to add more, because minimum 3 and maximum 50 items are needed for the random wheel to develop. So I add item here, say here I can write domestic territory. You can keep on adding more on your random wheel. I have created this activity already. Once you are done, you have to click done. Then only it will be saved. I've created this earlier, so I'll show you how it works. This is the random wheel. You start. The music that gives, it's really exciting, creates excitement and happiness in the class. You spin the wheel. You can ask any student in your class to answer or define the capital good which is coming here. Once it's done, you can eliminate if you do not want this definition, this word capital goods to be repeated by any other or ask any other students, or you can simply resume and spin again. On your right hand side, this simple random wheel gives you various templates here. Apart from random wheel, I can, with the same game, with same activity which I have made, I can play random cards. Oh, cards in the class. So I deal, as we do, I can ask the student to define. I can shuffle as well if I want, as I will do shuffling in a normal deck of cards, and I can deal again. Another is the word search, where let's see how once it comes. Word search, as we all are being playing from our childhood, maybe you can take the printout. You can do this as a class activity also when it's an offline situation. You can give them as an assignment as well. Open the box. Music is very interesting and exciting for the students. Any box you open, ask the child to define. Anagram is like you have to rearrange the words. You will keep asking them to rearrange and it will show whether you have done it correct or not. Next is show all. If I click show all, one of the template which is left is flip tile. I'll start. You can shuffle or random spinner, just this randomly go. It's like a game, and you can pick a child to answer this. If you have gone to video game parlor, it's like a kind of activity is also there. Another activity which I would like to share, again, I go to create activity, is matchup. Again, once I have clicked matchup, this comes in front of you. Suppose here I want to take demand. I want to give a keyword as car and petrol, which gives, excuse me for the spelling, and it's a definition for complementary goods, right? I can swap the columns if I want to give the keywords and definition like this, I can swap it back. Again, add the item, minimum 3, maximum 30. Plus instructions, whatever instructions you want to give it for the same activity. So I've already prepared this activity for you. You can keep adding as many you want to. And once done, this activity will look like this. I have to simply drag and drop the answer. Children really enjoy playing this game, and the time is going on. The moment I submit my answers, it will check it out. Great. It said all 6 correct here. I can use the leaderboard as well, where I can enter my name, or I can skip it as well. Enter. This will show if many of them are playing together. It will show you the scoreboard for different people. Again, same activity can be played in different manners. You can explore. Once you have created, all your activities will be available under My Activities. Now, how to share it with the students? Apart from the live classes, you can also share them. These are the various options available. I can edit the content also. I'll get back to the same screen where I have created. I'll share. You can make it a public for all the teachers to see, or set assignment for your students. I don't want this, so I enter the name so that I know how many children have done it, who all are left, and deadline if you really want to give. Start. You can share it with Google Classroom. You can share it on their email, students' email. You can share while copy this link and share it on your WhatsApp group. Then you are done. An assignment is being shared to the students. Once they have submitted, how I analyze the things, I'll go on my results. I'll go on my results, where I can click on the done by my 10th, 12 students. Number of students, those who have done, are 10. Average score is 4.7 on 6. Top score is 6, and fastest is Trisha, who is done in 3.3 seconds. It shows you how the activity has been done by the students with presentation of bar diagram. The result by question can also be seen by clicking. It will give you in pie chart. The most important, how many of students have understood the things properly. That's important. In my class, if I see Hazel has given 4 incorrect answers, so I want to analyze, it will show me what all answers were wrong and what were correct. So I can take up with her the topics which she is not very clear about. So these are the activities. Hope you enjoyed. Happy exploring, happy playing. Now I invite Sunila ma'am to continue with.
Thank you so much, Rashi ma'am. It's a wonderful tool that you have taught. I'm sure this is going to make the classrooms much more interesting. And before that, Deepika ma'am, the insights that you shared with all of us regarding the teaching of economics, that was really enriching. Now, without going into any further details, I'm going to tell you about another tool which is used for quizzing. Now, before I start with that tool, let me tell you that you can download the certificates with the help of, the link has been posted in the chat box. You can download from there. And if you have any further queries, this group will stay alive for 2 more days. So you can put the queries there when you try it hands-on yourself. Now, coming back to this tool of quizzes, just go to Google, type quizzes.com. I'm not going into the steps of logging in. Rashi ma'am has already explained it for the wallpaper. It's the same steps. You just have to log in with your email ID and it will take you to this page. This is the page that you will see once you have logged in. Students don't need to log in. They just have to play the game. They have to play the quiz. But yes, as teachers, you have to first log in and then create the quiz. Now let's see how the quiz can be created. You see, quizzing is such an important tool which engages the students actively because they remain alert. They have something to do themselves. They have to be very active while they are doing this. And this can also be used as an assessment tool. Not only we can use it, students themselves can use to assess how much they have learned without any pressure of marks, without any pressure of burden of marks, because it's a fun way which they really enjoy. Now, how to create this quiz step by step? Just go to create. You can see on the left side panel, just go to create, then quiz, then name the quiz. Say, let's say today I want to teach the topic of national income. Say national income. This is a topic which I am going to teach today. Then I have to choose the relevant subject from this list. Since it doesn't have economics in the list, so let me say others and next. Then I have two options. Either I can teleport the questions or create new questions. Teleporting is very easy. That means we have to take from the already existing quizzes which are already there. If we like any question, we can simply take that question in our own quiz. So that saves the time of typing also, that saves the time of creating the new question also. Say for national income, I want to teleport any question. So I go to search. So this is the national income. Now here, I can see, you see, this is a question which I want in my quiz. Which of the following is not the flow? So on this question, on the right in top corner, you can see a button here, add. So just click on this and this question has been teleported here. Similarly, I want the next question. Two-sector economy consists of, so put the button add here. So this is my now second question. So I can take as many questions. Say I want to take the third question also, I can take. I can create as many questions as I want from this quiz. Say this quiz has a total of 20 questions, out of which I have teleported 3 questions. So maybe I can try another quiz which is existing. I want to say this, which of the following is not a factor income, say add this. So this has been added. So this is one way. The other way is you can create a new question. So one option, teleport. Now second option, create a question. Go to new question. Multiple choice, this is available with the free version. So it is multiple choice. We can type the question here. So for example, if I write national income is, say I write it is NDP at factor cost. I want to create the question whether this is true or false. So first option I give is true. Second option I give false. I can have more options if I want. I can have even more than 4 options. There is here it's add answer option. Or if I want just 2, then I can remove other options, right? But before I finish, I need to tell which is the correct answer. Now national income is NNP at factor cost. So this statement is false. So I tick here. So this turns green. So that means this has been registered as the correct answer and save. In this way, you can create new questions. So you can have a combination of teleported questions or create new questions, or you can have only teleported questions, or you can create the new questions all by yourself as you wish to. Now, once you have created sufficient number of questions, you can create as many questions. Go to this right-hand top button which says publish. Let's publish. If you want to add an image here, you can pick up any image, drag and drop, or you can upload from the existing pictures, or you can just leave it like that. Then language, it's English. It's up to you. It gives a whole option of the languages also. So we have chosen English here. Then for which grade, say this is the topic of 12th grade. And to whom it is visible, I prefer it to be publicly visible rather than private, because if I have gained from the already existing question banks, then I would like that I should also share the resources. So click on save. Now this quiz is ready to be played, right? So in this way, we can have as many quizzes created as we wish to. Like you can see, I have already have the whole lot of quizzes which have been created on each and every topic. So to have the real feeling, now let's play a quiz so that you know from students' perspective, how does it feel to have the quiz? The students really enjoy. So say we want to do this quiz on national income. So we go to this quiz, start a live quiz. It's a classic model or instructor based. Classic model means it will be at the pace of the students. So if we don't want to hurry them up too much, then it's a classic model. Otherwise, you can go for the instructor based model also. Continue. And this is what it appears for the students. They don't have to log in. They just have to type this joinmyquiz.com in the browser and enter the code. And this way we can have the quiz started. So as many players who are in the meeting, they can just enter joinmyquiz.com with this code and we can have the meeting. Now I request all of you to join this to have the real feeling that how does it feel like to have the quiz played. I'm sure you are going to enjoy, and once you take this quiz to your class, your students are going to have fun.